Alright, today we're going to make these, which are precursor to a square cobble, like you'd find in a British roadway. Now obviously this is a shale, not a slate. Previous video clip described how to split that using a brick chisel, and we're going to use that same chisel again. And that is 2 3/4 brick chisel, as you can see on the squares there. So we're going to take our piece that I've already worked. You see we've got our rough edge. What we're going to do is take our file, which is in fact harder than this stone. Something to check before you start using up your files. I used my very oldest file, nice big one. Put a piece of 2-sided tape down here. That gives you a little bit of sliding grip. And then you can use your lines on your board. I'm doing 1/2-inch chunks, or roughly. I mean, you're going to get some variation in this. And just start a line across. The thickness of this piece of stone is approximately 1/8 inch. Some spots are a little thicker, some spots are not. The deeper the groove, the surer the split. Take your brick chisel, line it up in your groove, roughly center, give it a tap. So we lost a piece at the end. All right, set that back on there and salvage what you can. Right in your groove, single tap. There you go. Discard, discard. So these are rough cobbles or dungeon floor natural. These are going to be worked cobbles. You can actually just flake certain ones apart, right? So these are going to be considered wild dungeon floor. This is going to be city street cobble. Now you've got that chunk left over there. What do you do about that? Clean some of this junk off out of the way. 60 grit. Let me check that. Yeah, 60 grit wood sandpaper. Line it up, rub it off. Really explore your space. More cowbell. Problem solved. Same principle applies when you're cutting them into your brick size. Set it on your tape. Decide what's wastage. Put a scrape right in there. All right. Now that'll split off nice when you chisel it. You don't need to use a brick chisel this big, but so if you're doing a street cobble set, this is going to help you define your pathway on the road, edges around buildings, anything of that sort. Let's do another one. Use your grids. So if you have a smaller grid, good. Bigger grid, also good. A 1. 2. Now when these guys were cobbling these out, it was defined by the cobble's size. So this is a cobble, this is a stone, this is whatever gravel, different sizes, right? So if your road has relatively rectangular bricks, cobbles, stones, whatever, make them rectangular. Now this is not a waste piece. This is an angled piece. You can put another angled piece across. They wouldn't have wasted a flat stone like this. They'd use it. So you check and see if your score marks are all the way across. This one fails, and try again. And it's just light pressure. And then we can just knock these out like this. Tap. We're not hammering, we're tapping. Tap. Tap. Ooh, got an extra one out of there. And you've got your selection of pieces. Last little bit of work is just quick run on here. Round them off. Now you have a nice flat, interesting still cobble. Now if you're wondering about the sandpaper's longevity, this is old 60 grit off of my sander that's a flat sheet sander. There's a whack in my holdings bucket. And there you go. Grit is still good. This wear is actually from something else. So if you're gonna go ahead and do cobbles on stuff, this is how you do it up. You can see the little difference between the two pieces. Now in this, you didn't do it in brick style, you would actually do it in offset style, like this. You'll have slight variations in width. That would be filled up by spacing. And you have a real stone finish. Hope you enjoyed this one.